Ivan, another big thematic area that we're looking for stories is career networking, which is not really different. Even though this book is about business networking, there's not a lot of big differences between business networking and career networking.
Despite what a lot of people might think, there actually isn't. There's a lot of similarity. For example, VCP still applies. It's about building visibility within your profession and with other professionals and establishing credibility. Profitability is not about a referral for business, but about referrals for maybe a job opportunity or a project that you can get. So career networking is really very, very similar. The problem is that people start thinking about their career needs when they're out of a job, and that's at least 2 years too late. And so many people say to me, I just lost my job, I got a network. Whoa, time out,
Too late.
Yeah, you're probably a little late for that. So what do? Well, the first thing I say, it's sort of like the old Chinese proverb, when's the best time to plant an oak tree? And the answer is 25 years ago. And then when's the next best time? The answer is today. So if you haven't built your network, and all of a sudden you're desperate for that connection, it's going to be more difficult. But start today, because you will be in a situation where you're going to need it again later. So one of the things that I just recently heard that I love is how you do anything is how you do everything, and it's really how you present yourself in the world, how you show up in the world. And I talk a lot about giver's gain and the law of reciprocity, and I think that you should build your career that way. And I totally stumbled into that completely by accident when I was a really young man. One of the first big jobs I had was assistant to the president for a transportation company, and my first day on the job, the boss got called up, the president got called up to Sacramento to do hearings with the state assembly. And he was a brand new president, only been there a few weeks, and I was a brand new position. Nobody knew what my job was. So I showed up, and the HR department said, well, Ivan, here's your office. There's the desk, dial 9 to get out, the restrooms down the hall. Mr. Whidbey won't be here for another 4 days. We have no idea what your job is. Good luck. And walked out. And so I'm like, what do I do? If I don't do something, the boss is going to not be too happy with me. So I walked around to every department, and I sat down with the manager of that department. And they were nervous because they thought the boss was coming in and I was coming in to be henchmen, to fire people, which we actually did with some, but not most. And what I did was I didn't know what else to do. So I said, so tell me about what you do. Tell me about your department and what's working, what challenges do you have, and how can I help you? Those magic words. I just stumbled into it. How can I help you? Completely changed the dynamic of the conversation. And they told me how they thought I could help them. And in many cases, I was able to do that. Do you know what that did for my career? I made connections with so many managers that, as I moved on to other positions, they were relationships that were really beneficial to me. And it began because I looked for ways to help other people. And that helped my career.
Yeah, I can imagine. Wow. And I'd love to get some stories from people who used the basic networking principles within their job, before they were looking for a job, as they were starting a job. Those would be some great stories, I think.
Right, and where that led them.
Yeah, exactly. Right.